My fiancée made a post saying she'd make me take a polygraph test before our wedding. Her reason? If he loves me, he has nothing to hide. I commented, "Great idea, you first." Then I actually booked 2 tests and sent her the appointment details. When the examiner asked her the questions I'd submitted about her fidelity, I, 33 male, was scrolling through Instagram last Tuesday when my fiancée Bethany's 29 post appeared on my feed. In bold text over a picture of us from last month, it read, "Making my man take a polygraph test before our wedding. If he truly loves me and has nothing to hide, he won't mind proving it. Trust but verify, ladies. Smart bride. No secrets. Pre-wedding honesty test." I stared at my phone for a full minute. We've been together 3 years, engaged for 8 months, with the wedding just 4 months away. Venue booked, deposits paid, invitations ordered. And she's posting this? She was at her friend Krista's place for their weekly wine night. I screenshotted the post and texted her, "We need to talk about this when you get home." She replied instantly. "About what? The test?" "Babe, it's just smart. My cousin did it, and it gave them peace of mind." I texted back, "You didn't even ask me. You just announced it publicly." She said, "Because I knew you'd overthink it. If you've got nothing to hide, what's the issue?" I set my phone down for a while. She wanted a polygraph test? Fine, great idea. So I typed, "You first." The typing dots appeared, disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, she said, "That's ridiculous. I'm not the one who needs to prove anything." "Why not? If you have nothing to hide, what's the problem?" No reply for 20 minutes. Then, "We'll talk when I get home." She came back around 11 p.m., already defensive. "I can't believe you're making this about me," she said. "You made it public without talking to me first." I replied, "Cal, if we're doing polygraphs, we both do them. Equal transparency." "That's not fair," she said. "I'm the one who suggested it. And I agree, on one condition. You go first. Prove you have nothing to hide." Her face turned red. "This is controlling, Travis. I'm trying to protect our marriage, and you're turning it into some power move." "I'm not controlling anything," I said. "I'm matching your energy. You want a test? We'll both take one." "I don't need to," she said. "Why not?" "Because I'm not the one with trust issues. You clearly have them," I said, "since you want me tested. So let's both do it and clear the air." She went silent, then grabbed her purse. "I'm staying at Krista's. Maybe you'll be reasonable tomorrow." After she left, I did something petty. I commented on her post. "Great idea, babe. Just booked appointments for both of us. You're going first. Lead by example." Then I actually did it. I found a licensed examiner, booked 2 appointments apart, and paid $800 total. I emailed Bethany her confirmation, her test on Saturday at 2 p.m., mine on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Bethany lost it when she got the email. She called me at work Thursday morning, furious. "You can't schedule this without asking me." "You literally announced I'd be taking one without asking me," I said. "I'm just following through." "This is insane. I'm not taking a polygraph." "Why not? Nothing to hide, right?" "That's not the point." "That's exactly the point. You wanted to test my honesty. Let's test yours too." "I'm canceling it." "Can't. Non-refundable deposit. And if you cancel, I'll cancel mine and explain publicly that you refuse to take the same test you demanded from me." Silence. Then, "You're being a jerk." "I'm being fair," I said. "Saturday, 2 p.m., downtown. I'll drive us." She hung up. That evening, her mom called. Diane, who's never been my biggest fan, said, "Travis, Bethany's very upset." "I know. She doesn't want to take the polygraph she publicly insisted on." "Well, she didn't mean herself. She was talking about you. But if this is about honesty in marriage, shouldn't it go both ways? That's ridiculous, she snapped. Bethany's always been faithful. You, on the other hand. Me, on the other hand, what? I asked. Well, I don't know exactly what you've been doing. Then let's both take the test and remove all doubt, I said. She hung up. Saturday came. Bethany barely spoke all morning and claimed she was sick. I told her we could reschedule, but I'd still cancel mine and post the reason. So, we drove to the examiner's office in silence. The examiner, Paul, was a retired law enforcement officer in his 50s, very professional. He explained the process and went through the questions I'd submitted. Have you been sexually involved with anyone else during our relationship? Have you had romantic feelings for someone else during our relationship? Have you lied about where you were or who you were with? Have you hidden any major financial debts or secrets? Is there anything you're hiding that could affect our marriage? Bethany went in. The test took about 2 hours. When it was over, Paul called me into his office. Bethany sat in the waiting area, looking pale. Mr. Travis? Paul said, I need to be direct. Your fiancé showed significant deceptive responses to multiple questions. My stomach sank. Which ones? He showed me the report. The first question, sexual intimacy with others, showed clear deception. Same for lying about whereabouts and hiding things. What does that mean? I asked. It means she wasn't truthful in those responses, Paul said. Polygraphs aren't 100% accurate, but these results are consistent. I paid and walked out. Bethany was crying. Let's go home, I said quietly. In the car, she started before I could. The test is wrong. Those things aren't reliable. I told the truth. Bethany, I said, just tell me. She stayed silent, then finally said, it was only twice, and it was before we got engaged. Everything went cold. Twice? What do you mean? There's this guy at work, Cole. It happened twice, before you proposed. It doesn't count. When before I proposed? About a month before. I'd proposed 3 years and 1 month ago. We were already talking about moving in together, I said. You were planning our future, and you slept with someone else? It didn't mean anything. It was just physical. I chose you. I said yes to you after that. It was a mistake, twice. I'm sorry, but you can't be mad. You made me take that stupid test. This is your fault for pushing it. I almost laughed. You demanded I take a polygraph to prove my loyalty. And you. You cheated? It was 3 years ago, she cried. You lied about where you were. The test showed that too. What else aren't you telling me? Nothing, she said. The test says otherwise. We got home, and I immediately pulled up the wedding cancellation policies. She followed me in. What are you doing? Checking how much we lose if we cancel. You're not breaking up with me over something that happened 3 years ago, that I didn't even have to tell you. You had to, I said, because you failed a polygraph test that you demanded. I told her she wanted me to take the test because she was projecting. She cheated and assumed I did the same. That's not true, she said. I just wanted to be sure. She tried to explain. Sure that I was as dishonest as you? I asked. Well, good news. I'm not, and since we'll never know for certain, I'm canceling my test. You have to take it now. Why? She shouted. Because you failed yours. The wedding's off. There's no point anymore. She began to panic. You can't do this. Everything's planned. People are flying in. The venue, the dress, You should have thought of that before you cheated and lied for 3 years, I said. I'm calling my mother. Go ahead. Diane showed up within an hour, bringing Bethany's sister Michelle for backup. The three of them staged an intervention in my living room. "Travis, you're being unreasonable," Diane started. "How?" I asked. "Bethany made one mistake years ago. You're throwing away your whole relationship over that?" "She cheated twice with a coworker, lied about it for 3 years, and demanded I prove my faithfulness. Yes, I'm ending it." Michelle jumped in. "Men cheat all the time, and women forgive them. You can't forgive one mistake?" "2 mistakes," I corrected. 2 separate times she chose someone else. I'm not obligated to forgive that." "She chose you," Diane argued. "She said yes to your proposal. That means something." "It means she's settled," I said. "Or maybe Cole wasn't interested in anything serious." Bethany started crying again. "That's not true. I love you. I want to marry you." "You loved me 3 years ago too," I said. "Didn't stop you then." "We were." "So marriage is the only thing that would have stopped you? That's not reassuring." "Bethany," Diane snapped, standing up. "Fine. If you want to be stubborn, cancel the wedding. But you're paying half the losses. She doesn't deserve to be punished financially." "Actually," I said, "check the contracts. My name's on the venue, catering, and photographer. I booked them and paid all the deposits from my accounts." Diane's face turned red. "You can't be serious." "Completely. I'm canceling everything tomorrow. You'll get whatever refunds we can, but most deposits are non-refundable." "That's thousands of dollars," she said. "Should have thought about that before demanding a polygraph that exposed her cheating." Michelle stepped closer. "You're a petty, cruel man. My sister deserves better." "Then she can go find him," I said. "Maybe Cole's available." Bethany screamed and threw a decorative candle at me. It missed and shattered against the wall. "All of you need to leave," I said calmly. "This is her home too," Diane said. "No, it's not. The lease is in my name. She moved in with me. Bethany, you have until next weekend to move your things out." "You can't kick me out," she cried. "I can, and I am. Be out by next Sunday, or your stuff goes to storage, and you can pay the fees." They left, but not before Diane warned me I'd regret this for the rest of my life. Monday morning, I started making calls. The venue was the biggest loss. $8,500 non-refundable. Catering, $3,200 gone. Photographer refunded half, $1,000. The DJ refunded everything except $200. Total loss, around $13,000. Bethany's dress cost $2,800, but that was on her credit card. Her problem. Bridesmaids paid for their own dresses. My tux rental was $150, fully refunded. It hurt, but it was better than paying for a divorce later. Then things got messy. Bethany updated her original Instagram post. It read, "Turns out my ex-fiancé couldn't handle being held accountable. He canceled our wedding because I asked him to be honest." Bullet dodged. No mention of her test. No mention of the real reason. Her comment section filled with support. "You're better off. Men are trash. He didn't deserve you. One of my cousins saw it and called me." Dude, what happened? I told her everything. She asked if she could share it. I said yes, but to be tactful. Within a day, the real story was circulating. She didn't name names, just posted, "Guy's fiancé demanded he take a polygraph test. He agreed, but she had to go first. She failed, admitted to cheating, and is now playing victim online." The story got back to Bethany. She called me furious. "You told people I cheated. I'm playing victim online. I just corrected the record." Your post wasn't private. You made this public when you posted about the test. Take it down." "I can't take down what others are saying. Maybe update your post with the full truth." She hung up. 2 days later, I got a call from Cole, the coworker. "Travis, hey man, this is Cole. I work with Bethany." "I know who you are," I said. "Yeah, listen, I heard about what happened, the wedding and everything. I just wanted to say, I didn't know you guys were that serious when it happened." She told me it was casual. "We'd been together 2 years when you slept with her," I said. "Yeah, I know that now. She lied to me too, Anne. Said you guys were on a break or something. I wouldn't have. I'm not that guy." "You slept with her twice," I said. "The second time she said you guys had broken up." "Look, I just wanted to apologize. I still feel awful about everything. Does your girlfriend know?" I'd already seen his Instagram. He's been in a relationship for 2 years now. "No. You might want to handle that soon. Bethany isn't exactly known for keeping things quiet." He hung up not long after. I felt a little bad for saying that, but only a little. It's been 6 weeks since I called off the wedding. Here's how everything unfolded. Week 1, Bethany moved out. Her dad and brother came with a truck. Didn't say a word to me. Just packed her stuff and left. She tried to take the coffee table I'd bought before we even met. I stopped her. She cried, but I didn't care. Later, I found out she'd moved back in with her parents. Diane, her mom, has apparently been giving her a hard time, asking why she couldn't just keep quiet about everything. Week 2. A few of Bethany's friends started reaching out to me, not to argue, but to apologize. Turns out, for months, Bethany had been telling them that I was probably cheating and acting suspicious. She'd been setting up a story to justify her demand for a polygraph test. One friend, Ashley, told me Bethany had always been strange about Cole. She talked about him constantly. They thought it was just work-related, but now it all makes sense. I asked Ashley if she really believed it only happened twice. She went quiet, said she didn't know, but that Bethany had gone to plenty of work happy hours over the years. That got in my head for a bit, wondering what else might have happened that the polygraph didn't catch. Then I realized it didn't matter. She'd already lied enough. Week 3. I got a message from Cole's girlfriend. Apparently, Bethany had reached out to her, trying to clear her conscience about sleeping with Cole years ago. But in doing so, she also mentioned that Cole had recently been texting her to check in. His girlfriend confronted him, confirmed the texts, and broke up with him. She even thanked me for the warning I gave earlier, said it helped her uncover the truth. So, Cole lost his relationship too. Can't say I felt sorry. Week 4. A letter arrived from Bethany's lawyer. She was threatening to sue me for emotional distress and damage to her reputation, demanding $25,000. My lawyer's response was perfect. Your client requested a polygraph, failed it, admitted to infidelity, and posted misleading statements online. A countersuit for defamation will be filed if this continues. Never heard another word about it. Shortly after, Bethany's Instagram went private. Friends said she deleted the polygraph post and most mentions of me. Too little, too late. Week 5, my sister-in-law ran into Bethany at Target. Bethany tried to play the victim, said I broke her heart over nothing. My sister-in-law shut it down with, "He dodged a bullet. You cheated." Bethany abandoned her cart and walked out. Since the wedding invitations had already gone out, I sent a mass text. Wedding canceled. Relationship ended. No gifts necessary. Sorry for any inconvenience. Most people were kind and supportive. A few asked what happened. I kept it simple. We realized we weren't compatible. Small circles talk, though. Everyone found out eventually. Now, 6 weeks later, I'm doing all right. Not amazing, but better. The betrayal still hurts. The lies even more. The worst part? She made me prove my innocence for something she was guilty of. Still, I'm glad I called her bluff. Glad I made her take the test first. If she hadn't posted that Instagram nonsense, I might have actually married her without knowing the truth. Losing $13,000 hurts, but it's cheaper than a divorce, and far cheaper than a lifetime with someone who lies so easily. Bethany's apparently in therapy now. Good for her. Hopefully, she figures out what made her think that Instagram stunt was a smart move. As for me, I'm taking a long break from relationships, maybe forever. Trust doesn't come easy anymore. But at least I'm not planning a wedding with someone who'd cheat on me and then demand I prove my loyalty. The irony still makes me laugh sometimes, in that bitter, this is my life now kind of way. Would I change anything? Not a chance. Making her take that test first was the best $400 I ever spent. It saved me from years of wondering, half-truths, and possibly discovering much worse years down the line. The polygraph was her idea. I just made sure it revealed what she'd been hiding. She wanted honesty, and she got it. Just not the way she expected.